There's some things you need to understand about how Illustrator works, in particular how it interfaces with AutoCAD drawings. It used to be simple formats of AutoCAD around 2004 or so were easily imported and placed in Illustrator. The file format was almost interchangeable. Now, today, certainly with Illustrator 2020, there's a lot of difficulty importing, in particular, later versions of AutoCAD. So if you save a file, and I'm going to do it with, let's use 530 Atlantic Avenue. If I save this file in 2018 format and try to import it into AutoCAD, here's what happens. And this is part of a larger understanding I hope that people will have about schematic design, right? You're looking at a grid. You're looking at a sheet of paper that's 24 by 36, right? You see the grid lines, the guides here. Somehow guides aren't on. All right. I don't need that layer. Guides. Unlock guides, hide guides, show guides. Well, trust me, the page is 24 inches tall, 36 inches wide. The grid lines are 1.25 inches, making them awful convenient for 1/8 inch scale. So if I draw a square of 1.25 inches at 1/8 inch scale, I get 100 square feet. Is that right? 1 inch is 96. Yeah, 1 inch is 8 feet. 1.25 inches is 10 feet. So 10 by 10 is 100 square feet. What's the use in that? Okay. I started explaining about AutoCAD, but I do have examples in this drawing of on their own layers. I think I told you guys about this. Site selections that are in my handouts folder in building shells. So if I wanted to underlay a grid of the School Street building, and I had a program. This is a fit out I did for an accounting office. I haven't quite completed the numbers here, but here's what I set aside for when I was schematically planning the amount of space that we'd need, right? So if I wanted to represent 700 square feet of circulation area in using the my floor plan is a backdrop, right? I could draw into using the paint tool, the live paint tool with a color. All right, let's colorize. Let's pick a color for circulation. That'll do. Okay, so if I need 700 square feet of circulation, here's one way to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 700 square feet of circulation. Right? Another way to represent it is that. All right? So I'm drawing into a layer with grid lines. I'm assuming you know how to draw those. I can show you in a separate lesson how to do that. I don't want this to be a very long video, so we're up to 6 minutes. Okay, let me hide that layer and hide that layer and create a new layer. For 530 Atlantic Avenue. If you all do this for your sites, you'll have a good, strong understanding of your spatial requirements. You'll have a visual representation at scale of your spatial, the implications of your program and how you've accounted for it spatial. So if I try to place my drawing of a second floor typical drawing of 530 Atlantic Avenue, this was saved out in probably AutoCAD 2018, I get an error. It's a file format that can't be placed. You would not know how to track this down. That's why it's important to understand that you need to save the file out in a 2004 format. How do you do that? AutoCAD, File, Save As, Drawing, and here is where you select the options. I've done this once, so that's why that's populated already with a file name. 2004. Let's call this tutorial just so that we're clear. Tutorial. Save in that same directory. Okay? Now, let's pull that out of the way. File, place. You have to follow these steps precisely. You must show import options in order to properly scale the drawing. Select a tutorial drawing, right? Show import options is check place. And here's where you do the conversion at 1/8 inch scale. Remember, 24 by 36 page, 1/8 inch fits most of these building shells that we've assigned to you guys because we're trying to limit projects to 12,000 square feet. And that's about what you can fit on 1/8 inch scale means 1 unit is 96 units in real life. So 96 units equals 1, in the case of the pages, 1 inch. See, it automatically tries to divide. So you have to reset that. 96 units is 1 inch, 1/8 inch scale. Right? And hit OK. This is an error that, a warning that you can click through. This is a warning that you can click through by clicking Apply to All. We don't care that the swatches collide. Then it places this strange representation on your mouse, which allows you to place it somewhere or click a start point. And there's your drawing. There is your drawing at 1/8 inch scale. It doesn't quite fit where I placed it, so I'm going to move it. I'm just nudging this upwards, down. Oh, it's snapping to the grid. Well, that'll do. Okay, beautiful. There's my underlay. Right? Now I can draw into my grid. That's a 50 square foot grid, but I want to draw on the 100 square foot grid. Now I've already drawn that before, so let's just select. I think I can select these, erase. And set the fill color again. I didn't mean to select the whole thing. All right. Let's select nothing and set the fill color again. I'm going to use a different color so we don't get, not that, that's pretty dull. Oh well, that'll have to do. K, type the letter K to get the live paint tool. The drawing's a bit washed out, but I think you can still see it. And we can change the properties of the drawing. We can, alright, before I do that, this is getting longer than I wanted it to. 700 square feet of circulation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If that circulation includes a path from the entrance of the building, which is over here somewhere, right, to where the elevators are, and that path is 10 feet wide, we're looking at actually what you're assigning to that. And say I wanted to get to this other exit. So I could be working with the 8-foot squares. It's a way to check your work back and forth. So there, now I've drawn, how many square feet have I drawn? Let me click one more so at least we get out of the building. I can't seem to draw that last square. I think because there's no line there, so I'll make believe. Yeah, we can't. There's no bounding line. Let's exaggerate. Okay, that gets me to the corner exit. How many squares have I drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 2,200 square feet. Okay, now the 700 was for a small accounting office fit out that I did, whose total, there were 2 suites combined together, it gave us about 3,000 square feet. So 700 square feet was reasonable for that amount of circulation. If you have any questions of how to conduct this kind of visual inquiry, please call or write. Let me take that drawing and assign a stroke color to it that we can see. Okay? 15 minutes. Hopefully that was worth it.